What's going on, guys? My name is Jordan Eckel. I'm 20 years old. Appreciate you guys being on this call. I've actually been in the business for almost 2 years now. So, I recognize most of the names on this call. I do know most of you. But for those of you that don't know me, I'm from a small town in Illinois. Literally came from a town with 600 people, went to college, was playing basketball. When I found out about Forex, it just made all the sense in the world to me. And, I was a person that was good with numbers. I was good with math. I love being creative. I hated being restricted and, staying at one job, doing the same thing over and over, being in the same town. I really wanted to explore and really go to different places around the world. But my current situation was not going to take me there. And, what I had to realize was my current situation is not my final destination. And that's what a lot of you guys, need to really understand, that your current situation is not your final destination. Where you are right now is not who you are. Okay. Where you are right now is a combination of all the things that you've done up until this point, and realize that your future can change at any moment based off of what you do right now. So for those of you that are actually on this call, I know you're taking this seriously. I know you want to get to the next level. A lot of people, maybe some people are running events. Actually, we got our boys in Houston running events. Shout out Richard and Renee. We got a lot of people probably missing this call because they're doing something unproductive. But I appreciate you guys that are actually on this call. Yeah, guys, let's turn on their cameras as well. If you guys are really about this, you guys really want to level up and take what I'm about to say with you guys tonight. First and foremost, understand that it's important that you do take notes while you're on this call, because it's a proven fact that over 90% of the information you hear tonight is going to go in one ear and out the other. So understand, guys, when you're taking notes, that only 8 neural pathways in your brain get activated when you're typing your notes. But when you're writing down your notes, over 30,000 neural pathways in your brain are getting written down, meaning you become more connected with what you're writing. So really, I'll give you guys 10, 15 seconds to go get a notebook and a pen. I'm going to share with you guys some value, some things I've really been working on that's really taking my trading to the next level. And just in general, really understanding, guys, that no matter what you want to do, whether it's trading, whether it's building, that every single thing you do starts with you. It starts with your mind. It starts with your body. It starts with your spirit, okay? It starts with you. A lot of people, when they come into this, they just want to make money, right? They just want to make money. They want to figure out what's the fastest way. What can I do to make money? Well, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, there are no shortcuts to success. One thing my mentors, Alex Morton, told me was, he said, greatness never goes on sale. You realize that you'll see maybe just your typical brand names, things that they'll have a sale date once a month, have a Black Friday deal. But you guys realize the premier brands, the Lamborghinis, the Jaguars, the whatever the case may be, they don't go on sale. And that's because greatness does not go on sale. So there's no shortcuts to success. Okay. So, okay. Who said something in the chat? What's up, Dylan? What's up, my boy, Dylan? All right, guys. So what I'm going to go ahead and show you guys right now, I'm just going to get right into the charts. A lot of you guys, you're wanting to take your trading to the next level. So I'm really going to get right into it. And for those of you that do not know, I've been trading gold now for about a year and 3 months. And, I can confidently tell you guys that I've mastered gold. And, I can literally tell you that with a straight face, that I know what gold is doing. And, it's not about how many pips you're going to catch. It's not about what your lot size is. It's not about any of that stuff, guys. I'm going to keep this very simple for you guys. When it comes to trading, you're going to want to keep in mind some very simple things, right? Number one, if you want to be a successful and profitable trader, these are the musts. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to have these things, right? Number one, trading plan. If you don't have a trading plan, what my mentors told me was, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Okay? Simple, point blank period. You need to have a trading plan, 100%. Do not have a trading plan, do not even enter a trade. It's literally a waste of your time to enter a trade if you do not have a trading plan, okay? I'm going to get into it a little bit later, what you can actually include in your trading plan. But number two, trading journal. Once again, you do not have a trading journal, you are planning to fail, because when it comes to trading, you guys really got to look at this as an investment and not as a gamble, not as a, what can I make this week? Well, I just signed up. Let's see if I can make 200 back by 30 days. And then we'll see what happens. Guys, that's not how this works. You understand, guys, this is an investment. This is a skill set. And, while you're going through the process of learning how to trade and be self-sufficient, you're able to take advice and copy, if you choose, from the people that have already mastered their skill set, okay? And learn from those that have already done it. So if you guys have not been on Go Live, write down right now, Go Live, go Eye.Am.center. Eye.Am.center, plug in a Go Live, one session a day. And one thing that helped me in my very beginning journey in trading, my first 3 to 6 months, what I was doing for a 6-month period straight, every single morning without any deviation, I caught Lissaldo Tavares teacup sessions every single day. And one thing he told me, he had a trading plan. It was very suspicious. He had what pairs was he trading, what was his strategy, what session, right? What was his pip goal? He had a very specific pip goal. He made it sense with it, guys. Okay, same thing when he partnered up with Luke Longmire in Gold Cup. That's when I really started to trade gold. When I started to see Luke was focusing on mostly one pair, it really made sense to me that it's really confusing if we're trying to mark up 6 charts, 8 charts at the same time. But if you can look at one pair, another one of my mentors told me it only takes one pair to be a millionaire, and I really took that to heart. And guys, over the last year, I can really tell you that that is true. It really does make sense. When you master one pair, that's all you need. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail. It's the same thing. Understand, guys, when it comes to trading plan, I'm going to write it out for you. You need to pick, if you guys have not been trading for over a year, if you're in your first year, I recommend you do 1 to 2 pairs at the most, 3 maybe. But really, you're just playing yourself. You're trying to do 10 pairs at once, because you can make trading so much easier. Because think about it like this, guys. When you master one pair, you realize that all pairs are the same. But if you're looking at all these different pairs, you're confused because it's clutter, right? There's so many different things on. So you'll see over here to the right, I do have 4 pairs in purple, and that's because I've mastered gold, and I'm actually back testing the other 3 right now, demo account. And don't be that guy that's too cool to trade on demo. Don't be that guy that comes in, oh, I want to make $500 in my first week. I want to make, well, you know what? Screw it. I lost money last week. Let me just make that back. Like, guys, you will lose if you're doing that. You may not lose today. You may not lose next week. But if you're approaching it with that mentality, you're really preparing to fail. But understand, guys, trading is not as complicated as we make it out to be. Really, it's really as simple as figuring out what your trading plan is and literally following it, executing it. It doesn't have to be this emotional roller coaster of I entered the trade, oh no, it's in drawdown. Enter the trade, oh, it's in profit, let me secure it. Like, guys, relax, write out your trading plan and follow your rules. Okay, it doesn't have to be this thing that's so overwhelming and complicated. Stick to one pair. Stick to one pair. Really take this. Really write that down. Stick to one pair. If you're a beginner, I do not recommend gold because it is very volatile compared to other pairs. If you're a beginner, I recommend pairs like EU, UJ, and AU. I would recommend one of those, maybe even USD Chef. Understand what session you're trading, right? What 1 to 2 pairs are you trading? That's number 1. What time? What time / what session? Me personally, I trade from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That is the time that I trade. I trade gold. What is your setup? What is your setup? What are you trading off of? And guys, you get very detailed with this, okay? And if you don't have a very detailed setup, then you probably haven't put too much thought into one strategy, and you're probably just testing things out, right? A lot of times when we're beginners in trading, that what we do is we want to try every strategy, see which one works. Well, I'm going to save you guys some time right now. Write this down, guys. Every strategy works, but do you put in the work to back test, right? Simple, right? If you're looking at every single strategy, you're going to get confused. You're going to have one strategy, it works for 3 weeks. 1 week it loses, now you lose faith in it. Now you try another strategy, guys. I've done it. I've probably a lot of people on this call have done it as well. Stop doing it, okay? Straight up, don't do that. Pick a strategy and run with it, and just back test it and create your own rules. I copied Luke, but now I have my own twist on it. I have my strategy is a mixture of Luke Longmire and Zach and Jordan. Like it's a mixture of the two. It's kind of like pieces from both, also extra things that I've learned. Okay, what is your setup? Okay, and know what your pip goal is. For me, I don't really specifically have a pip goal. It's just that my minimum ROI or pip goal, right? My minimum is 1 to 2 risk to reward. That's my minimum. I'm not going to enter a trade if it's worse than 1 to 2. So if I have a 20 pip stop loss, my TP has to be 40 pips or I'm not taking the trade. Simple as that. Okay. And you can get very detailed in. I will share with you guys some of my rules really quick before I show the chart. Like some advanced things you can put into your trading plan, because this is very basic. But on what is your setup, you want to get very detailed with that. You want to have what zones am I entering off of, what candles. I want to take, if you guys want to screenshot this or write it down real quick, this is what really helped me. It simplifies trading so much. It simplifies trading so much. And if you guys are losing money trading, you should be on a demo account. Okay, you should be on a demo account or using a small lot size. But what can save you guys time is fund your, if you do want to trade a live account, you just got to be disciplined at the end of the day. It's like if you fund $300, commit to one lot size. Don't try to switch lot sizes between the trades, because if you're a beginner, that's going to confuse you. It's going to complicate things. It's going to overwhelm you. So if you're going to fund your account, okay, first of all, trade with what you have, not what you don't have. That's number one. And number two, stick to the same lot size. Stick to the same lot size. Don't sit here, damn, I'm down 50 pips this week. Let me just drop a standard and I'll get it back. Because I know some of you guys do that, okay? So don't do that, all right, straight up. Well, I'm going to just go ahead and get into gold a little bit, what happened last week. And for those of you that don't know, I basically, if you trade smart money, you know, there's different pockets of money. There's different points of interest. There's different areas where money is sitting, okay? And what I'm going to go ahead and do, just for example, I'm just going to go back in time, like, I don't know. I'm going to go back in time like a couple months so we can like show you some live setups. And I'm going to go back to like October or something like that and realize that I have a very specific thing that I'm entering off of. And I'm only telling you this, guys, because in the last 2 weeks, I'm 14-2 on gold. So I'm not just telling you a random strategy. I'm not just some random person. I did make 6 figures trading last year. You know, I don't say that to brag, but I'm just telling you guys that it came from a trading plan. It came from a trading plan at the end of the day. Okay. Following rules. You can ask Ray on I don't know if he's on this call, but you can ask Ray. He had a trading plan. Okay. He followed his rules. You can ask, I believe Skaggs is on this call. Literally, he's the one that really inspired me to really get very detailed in my trading plan, because I saw how detailed his was. And he's always back testing. He's always adjusting, making adjustments, and doing different things. So you guys really just understand that if you want to be a trader in the long term, you're not going to be able to approach this with a mindset of making money right now. But understand, once you have the trading plan of what you're going to do in the next month, in the next 6 months, in the next 3 years, you really look at it like that, you know, get a strategy that you're going to run with. And guys, it doesn't really matter what your strategy is. Of course, the more you know, the better, right? The more you know, the better, but it's only as good as you make it at the end of the day, okay? So I want to show you guys, let me just, for example, something that I enter off of, a rule that I have with gold is there's 3 different areas where I will enter off of. Okay, number 1 is liquidity. This is where I would say that where there are wicks, where there are previous zones. Liquidity is one of the zones. The other zone is mitigation candle. For those of you that trade smart money, like I said, I have a mixture. I don't really say I trade smart money. I don't really say I trade whatever Luke's strategy is called. I don't really know. It just makes sense to me, but it's very accurate. And then the other one is, shout out to Hassan. If you guys have been taking some of Hassan's trades the last couple of weeks, he's called several hundred pips in January. But the 71, 79, and 88 fib, you know, I never used fibs until last month. So, but I did see that it is an extra confirmation at the end of the day. But the main thing is, where am I entering is in one of these zones, and what am I entering off of is going to be a candle confirmation. And I use sometimes a 1 minute, depending on how volatile it is, but 5, 15, and 30. And the general rule of thumb for gold specifically, because like I said, different pairs have different volatility. So I've found a specific general rule of thumb of how long the wick is compared to the previous candle. And this is very detailed because it's the only pair I look at, but it's a 10 plus pip wick. 10 plus pip wick, that's the rule number 1. And I'll show you guys plenty of examples of this. And the other one is wick must be greater than 50% of previous candle. So I'm going to show you guys an example of something that makes sense to me. let's see. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead. If you guys want to write that down, let me just drag that over. I'm going to go over to previous time. Last week on gold, I was either 6-1 or 6-0. I'll have to check. But the first trade of the week, when did the week start? Let's see. Right. Okay, it was right here is when it gapped up. So if you guys notice, this is another fun fact on gold. Something that I've noticed, something that I've seen over and over again on gold is that when you see a lot of the times when you see a heavy bullish engulfing or just like a huge bullish candle on Friday, so a lot of times you guys will see if Friday it makes the biggest move. A lot of times it makes a gap, right? It gaps up, and what happens is after it gaps up, it continues for a minute, and then it makes a wick. And then when it wicks, it drops a little bit, it comes back, mitigates on the 1 minute or 5 minute, and then drops. That's what happens over and over and over again. And that's why I'm expecting something like this to happen right when market opens, probably like a gap of like 50 to 100 pips. I don't sit here and try to predict the market, but I have if it does this, then I'm going to do this. I like to have that ahead of time. I don't like to just react as it is. I want to have it, at least have my zone marked out, knowing what I'm entering off of when it gets there. I'm not just looking at the chart and entering. I used to do that, and it definitely works at times. But like I said, I'm not trying to be a gambler. Last year, guys, I played a very risky at times throughout certain months, year. And, looking at it from a long-term perspective, what can I do consistently over a period of the next 10 years that's going to pay me the most while also minimizing my risk? And that's the way I look at it now. That's why I do take 1 to 2 trades, even though that's not like an insane risk or reward, but with very high accuracy that, it's been doing really well. Okay. Well, so for example, guys, let me show you. When did the week start? It was 26th. Okay. It was the 26th. So if you guys saw it last week, it gapped up. So this is what it was. The market gapped up right here on this candle. For those of you that know, for those of you that look at gold, you probably already know this. This already happened, right? Let me take it down to the 5 on the 27th. But remember what I said, the 3 zones were the liquidity zone, the mitigation candle, and the fib. The fib is really just an extra confirmation. Like I barely even use that, to be honest with you. So this is actually a mitigation play here on the 1 minute. And typically, you guys, the time frame, it does matter, but it doesn't matter as much as you might think, because it's literally the same. It's literally the same information, no matter what time frame you look at. Let's see. So I'll literally show you trade number 1. This is the one. I'll actually be honest with you guys. I did not hold it the whole time. That was one thing that in previous weeks and months that I've definitely had problems with, was just holding the whole entire trade. But realizing that by back testing it, by writing down in my trading journal, by having it in my trading plan, it's something that I adjust because I've written it down over and over. Now it's like, okay, what mistake did I make? Now, how can I fix it? How do you even know what mistakes you're making by writing it down, right? How can you even get better if you don't write down what your mistakes are? So really just write down every trade you take. Did you follow your trading plan on this trade? Yes or yes? Yes or no? Okay, and one thing that I learned was if you follow your trading plan and lose the trade, that's a successful trade. If you don't follow your trading plan, you lost the trade, no matter if you win or lose. Okay, and this is just something that's helped me stay consistent. Okay, so perfect. It gapped up, and one of my confirmations is engulfing candle with wicks. And literally what I did was I put a sell limit at the 50% of the 1 minute candle, and I had my take profit at 1576. So literally what it was, this was a very good risk reward. And what I've noticed is on some days, a lot of times, not always, but a lot of the times, you will get a swing entry Sunday night if there's a gap early on Sunday. You'll get a swing entry for the week. And a lot of times, Friday morning, you'll get a nice entry for a bigger move rather than in the random days throughout the week. That's just something on gold that I've seen. So this was literally a 1 to 5 trade based off of all the confirmation I need. And if you guys, it's kind of hard to switch time frames quickly when you go backwards, but this was also, this zone, like 1588 or so, was also like a wick in the past on the high time frame, like a weekly or daily wick. I can't remember. So that was an extra confirmation. Okay, that was trade number one. Okay, that was trade number one of last week. I won that one. This was trade number two, and I'm just gonna take it from the 15-minute from here. So for those of you that know smart money right here, check this out. Very simple, guys. I don't like to overthink. Honestly, I've only been on maybe 5 or 10 of Zach and Jordan sessions, and I've taken what I've needed from it, because the reason why, like, Ray will tell you about this as well. Like, he has a strategy that he's consistently profitable with. That's why he doesn't really entertain smart money too much. And I'm kind of the same way, but I've definitely just incorporated it a little bit into my strategy, right? So if you guys see, equal lows got broken, and essentially what happened was, this is the down candle, or the FU candle, or whatever you want to call it. It broke the lows. So literally what I did was I put a buy limit right here, which it was like a 25 pip stop loss. And like I said, my minimum risk reward was 1 to 2. Me knowing that it's probably going to be a swing sell because of what happened. When it gaps up like that, it typically will sell that week. Just in the past, over a period of time that I've seen, that's what it typically will do. It'll go down before it continues back up, but not to overthink it. So what happened was, if you guys see, and remember the fib, what I said about the fib as well. Which fib was it? I can't remember. Yeah, I don't really use fibs that much anyway, but anyway, this was an example of a New York session trade. Like, I only trade New York session now. And what happened was, I mean, that went 50 pips. It went 50 pips. That's all I need. I'm not a swing trader. I like to enter with precise entries based off of what I've back tested. And I've done a lot of back testing. I've had several different periods of time where I've gone back and done 90 days straight on a chart, and seeing what was my win loss, and seeing how accurate these candles are in these zones with the risk reward that it gives. It just makes all the sense in the world to me. And it's very simple. Very simple. What was your TP there? It was literally, what I would do is I'll literally make it 1 to 2. If there's a specific zone, and like I said, it's live, it's a lot easier to look at all the different time frames. I know you guys pass, it's kind of hard to switch time frames to show you, but I will look at multiple time frames at the same time. Like, I will always look at all the time frames. Where does it look like it's going on the daily, weekly, whatever, and then I'm catching my entry in the 5 or the 15, and really saying which pocket of money may it reject that's also 1 to 2, and that's typically what I'm looking for. But if I were catching a sell here instead of a buy, then I would have taken more pips, right? Because I think it's a swing sell. I thought that from the beginning of the week. So I'll show you that was trade number 2. That one won as well. Trade number 3 was the next day. This one, actually, I'm gonna show you guys a break even. I actually go break even after 20 pips. I don't like to risk money. And what I back tested is about over 50% of the time that my break even hits, it would have hit stop loss. So based off of that back testing, I wouldn't even have known that if I didn't keep a trading journal. So some of you guys maybe make the same mistakes over and over, and you don't even know because you're not writing it down. But since I've written down multiple times that when it hits my break even, it usually will just go ahead all the way to stop loss. Because if you entering off the right thing, if you enter at the right time, because it's not always about the zone and the candle, but also the timing. And if you enter at the right time, it's usually just going to go straight in profit. And, a lot of my trades do go about 30 to 50% profit within the first 20 minutes, just because I'm very patient and enter at the right time. Okay. Not all the time. But the thing is, what I'm trying to show you guys is I have specific rules, and I just follow the rules. Okay. I don't sit here and try to overthink what's happening, what's going to happen next. I don't care what's going to happen next. I just have zones marked. And when it gets to the zones, what it does in the zone is going to depict if I enter or not. It's that simple. I'm not sitting here trying to estimate what's going to be the next biggest move ever. What's going to be the next, because you're not going to get rich on one trade. Okay. Unless you catch a sniper entry on gold and then Trump bombs someone the next day, like, that's pretty like one of the only scenarios I can think of. I actually didn't even take this trade, but if you see, this is over a 10 pip wick. This is actually a 25 pip wick. I did not take that because I trade New York session, but I will say I would consider that equal highs on the 15-minute. So realize it swept the equal highs and gave the shooting star with the 20 pip wick. So that would have been, if it were New York session, I would have entered that for sure. Confirmation like that. And, you know, knowing it's got to sweep the lows. Just like a simple, it literally would have been that simple. Okay. But I believe what I did was I was looking for a buy, and I had this zone marked up right here. Because remember I said liquidity, where there's orders accumulated in some way, shape, or form, is over there. That's where I was looking. And you had the equal lows. So when you have a combination of equal lows getting swept and it rejects this little pocket right here. This didn't make a huge move, obviously, if you guys remember, but what it did was it did give me instant profit. This one actually hit break even. I did enter this trade. I entered the buy right there off of this hammer. If you guys see this candle, it swept the lows, it had grabbed money, and it wicked this specific zone. It literally wicked that very specific zone, and I entered off this candle. And if you guys will see, it literally went instant profit. It went in profit about 40 pips or so. Okay, and I actually took a partial and it came back and hit break even. But okay, why do you only trade New York City? Because the thing is, I have a lot going on, and you know, the last thing I want to do is look at the charts all day. And you know, what I've learned is, you know, less is more when it comes to trading. You know, you're not going to make more money by looking at the charts longer, unless you're Kim Torres. She's the only person I know that actually looks at the charts the majority of the day that makes a lot of money trading. But you know, typically professional traders will have a specific time that they trade. That is the only time they look at the charts, or the only time they trade, they enter at least. Of course, I'll check the charts throughout the day, but I'm gonna enter in that period of time because, guys, you got to realize I'm also building the business. We're doing social media. I'm also working out. I'm also traveling. You know what I mean? I can't just let me just look on my phone and I guess I'll enter, like, because it's not a very consistent way to trade. But if I have a set schedule where I have a routine, then boom, I'm always in the same state of mind, always looking for the same exact setup at the same exact time on the same exact pair. So it's very repeatable. It's very repeatable. And for those of you guys that do trade on your phone at random times throughout the day, you'll realize that you take random losses that you shouldn't take, right? I do it as well. And that's why I've actually adjusted and added this to my trading plan. It's because when I sit here and look at for one setup in New York session, I'm much more accurate than when I'm just randomly looking at my phone. Because when you're staring at your phone, what's happening is you're seeing things that aren't even there. You're seeing things that aren't even there because you're forcing yourself to find a trade. But remember what I said, guys. Look at this as an investor, not as a how much money can I make today or tomorrow or this week. Instead, have a set of rules where you just follow them. Okay, just follow them. I know it's boring. I know it's not sexy, but you know, you're going to make a lot more money doing that than what you're doing right now. I promise you that. I can promise you that one. I want to show you guys another trade. Does anyone have questions on what I'm going over? Because I do want to get into some other stuff as well. But as far as trading, I'm going to show you guys what day is it today? Saturday. I'm going to show you. There was a really good setup on Thursday, I think it was Friday or Thursday. There's a really good setup on Thursday or Friday. So here's another example. Here's a more advanced rule for a trading plan. Okay, here's a more advanced rule I'm going to give you. And what you'll see is you'll get very advanced rules as you experience more. Where was this? There's okay, no. All right, got you. There's a really good trade. Let me try to find it for you. What did you say, Leo? What was your question? Well, the thing is I don't have feelings about my trades, so I can't really say I document my feelings because I don't have feelings. I just have rules, and I follow the rules no matter how I'm feeling. and I will adjust my rules at the end of the week. You shouldn't have any feelings. You shouldn't have any expectations of the market. You should have set rules, and you just follow them, not caring what the result is. Here's another trade I entered. Equal highs, wicked, sell, boom, dead, right? I'm trying to find this. What do you look for when price gets to the zone on a lower time frame? A candlestick pattern. If you guys want to download Japanese candlestick patterns, that will definitely help you. That's where I learned candlesticks, was just by that app. I'm gonna show you a candle right here. I'm gonna show you, Leo, right here is where I'm gonna show you. What's gonna happen here is gold's gonna tank very hard. There was news, and what happened was it actually made a nice wick, and I was able to catch the wick. Let me see. When was it? Thursday? It was maybe Thursday morning. I think it was Thursday morning when it happened. Oh, yep, right there, right there. All right. So what I want you guys to see here, check this out. I'm gonna show you how many confirmations this really was. This was a lot of confirmations at the same time. So first and foremost, guys, check this out. Look over here, mitigation candle, right? Yes or yes, mitigation candle, okay? Open to the mitigation candle, marked, yes, yes, okay, bet. So we're gonna go ahead and replay it. We're gonna replay it, okay? So we had a mitigation candle before we even got there. What do we see here on this chart, guys? What do we see? Number one thing we see a wick to the upside, meaning it's probably gonna drop, right? It's probably gonna drop, more than likely. What else do we see? Equal lows, okay? Equal lows. So we have equal lows, meaning there's money underneath the lows, meaning there's stop losses there, right? There's stop losses there, and there's a mitigation candle over here. Okay, now check this out. Now, me personally, the way I would draw my fibs is, it's hard to say on this time frame, but you know, I believe I drew them like this I believe I drew it from this wick right here. And what happened is it was actually right at the 71. Okay, it was right at the 71, typically right around that area. And what happened was here, guys, check this out. One second. I was getting a call. So this was really the trade of the week. And if you guys for those of you that follow me on social media, you probably saw the screenshot of this. You probably saw the screenshot. And what happened was, guys, I got a sniper entry on the 1 minute. That's all that happened. I'll show you exactly how I got it. It's because I had the zone marked up already before it happened. Before it dropped, I had the zone marked up. 1 second. Okay. Knowing that the zone is underneath equal lows, knowing that the zone is also at the 71, that's literally 3 confirmations on the zone itself, not even counting the candle. So already, like, that's a very high zone. Like, you could pretty much put a buy limit there if you really wanted to, depending on what your personal rules are. Me personally, I prefer candlesticks. I'll do limits in like Tokyo and London, but New York, I'm gonna do candlesticks usually, right? So what happened? News hit, it tanks. What do we get here in the 1 minute, guys? Check this out. Check this out, guys. What did I tell you? 10 pip wick, right? Check this out. You want to measure this wick? You guys are gonna thank me when you just take the simple tip of, in a zone for gold, when you get a 10 plus pip wick on the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, you're pretty much good to enter, and it's probably gonna go instant profit almost every time. Not every time, almost every time. Okay, just that alone. There's the nugget of the day on gold right there. 10 plus pip wick is the golden rule. It's not 100%, but when it's in a high confluent zone, it's damn near 100%. Okay. Okay. So how long are these wicks right here? Let's check. 13 pip wick, followed by. So tell me if you guys. I want you guys to type a yes or no in the chat. So, showing you guys the zone I just showed you, right? It's a sweep of lows, meaning it just grabbed hella money on the stop losses, and it was news. It wicked the mitigation candle and the 71% retracement, and gave you a 13 pip wick followed by a 12 pip wick in the same exact spot. Would you enter that trade? Yes or no? Would you enter? Because I sure as hell did. I'll tell you that. And guess what happened, guys? We entered right here. And I'll be honest with you, I did not take I only held a partial to the final TP. But where my first TP was right here in this area because there's stop losses right there. Okay? There's stop losses right there. And you know it's not going to reject here again. There's nothing to mitigate. If there's nothing to mitigate, you know like it's got to break the highs or the lows. If it's already mitigated everything there is to mitigate and it goes there again, it has to break. Pretty much is what I'm saying. So I have my TP at 1583.5. Let me see. It was somewhere above the highs, right? So check this out, guys. Gone. It literally just destroyed the highs. It destroyed them. It wasn't even close. All right. So that was another trade, but that's the last trade I'm going to show you guys. I think you guys get the point. But like I said, as far as the strategy itself, the strategy is not near as important as your trading plan, your trading journal. Okay? Because through your trading plan, your trading journal, that's how you find your strategy. You're not going to find your strategy and then do your trading plan, trading journal. You're going to have to back test. You'll get a basis of a strategy. Like even when I was taking signals, I still had a trading plan and a trading journal because, okay, well, I like this person's signals because I see the way he trades. So I'm going to trade like him. Okay, I see he trades. I like some of his signals, but not all of them. I'm going to take the ones of his that have these confirmations. Like you should still have those rules for yourself. And if you don't know what those rules are for you yet, that's why you need a trading journal. That's the only way you're going to find out is by writing down what you do over and over and over. That's the only way you're going to learn. You're not just going to think about this, guys. What gives you a better chance to learn? Writing it down and looking at it every day or just hoping you remember it from nothing? Like, think about it, guys. It's common sense. That's why at the beginning of the call, I told you guys, over 90% of the information that you hear, if you don't write it down, is going through one ear out the other. So it's like, write down what's important to you throughout the day. Write down what ideas did you get. And, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and, yes, sir, Isaiah, I hope I gave you a breakthrough. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for at the end of the day. And what I'm going to go ahead and shift this over, guys. And, what I want you guys to do is put something in the chat right now, something that you are grateful for. Put something in the chat that you are grateful for right now, okay? I should see 30 comments in this chat. And for those of you that are extra grateful, go ahead and type 2 things you're grateful for. Because, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you guys how to really be successful in whatever it is you do. And, this is more important than trading because if you don't understand this, whatever I just told you will not matter, okay? Whatever I just told you will literally not matter if I don't tell you this and you don't pay attention to what I'm about to say. Literally, I promise you guys, I can't make this stuff up. Non-fluoride water and fresh kiwi. Okay, guys, thank you, Chris, for saying that because I will really go off here now. So for those of you that don't know, guys, number one, understand this. We all vibrate on a certain level of frequency. We all have some type of vibration, okay? The fastest tip I can tell you guys, if you guys want to get a result faster, if you want to feel the right feelings, because how many of you guys, I want you to type a 1 in the chat, if when you go to an Eye.Am event, you go to an event and you feel like you can hit chairman, right? Type a 1 if when you're in that room, you're like, I'm definitely going to hit chairman. Like, I can feel it, right? I can feel it when you're there, okay? Okay, now type a 2 if you want me to tell you how you can feel like that all the time. Type a 2 if you want me to show you how you can feel like that all the time. Because, guys, how you feel is literally your choice. But here's what some of you guys don't know, and this is I'm hoping to give you guys a breakthrough here. And here's what it is, guys. Set the intention. How many of you guys set the intention to feel like a chairman every single day? How many of you set the intention to feel like a successful, profitable, professional trader every single day? Or do you just subconsciously feel like you normally feel without even thinking about it? Think about it, guys. Which one is it? Which one do you feel like? You need to set the intention because realize this, guys. We are infinite spiritual beings. So I'm no different than you other than what is my programming up to this point and where do I put my focus? That's literally the only difference. what the information that I've been exposed to, the experiences I've had, the people I've met, and what I put my focus on. That's literally the only things. That's it. How do I feel on the inside? Set the intention to feel how you want to feel. And what's probably stopping you guys from feeling these emotions and feelings all the time is you're eating the wrong foods, and you're not exercising enough, and you're not meditating, and you're not writing down your goals, and you're not writing down your affirmations. And guys, quite simply, all of those things are important. The most successful people do all of those things. Straight up, point blank period, no questions asked. That's what you need to do. And I'm going to write it down so you can see it, guys. And it's honestly shame on you if you get on all these calls and you see us say these things and you don't actually do it. Okay. But if you haven't done it to this point, don't beat yourself up about it. Take the moment. Because remember what I told you guys earlier, the only way you can change your future is by changing right now, because the future is just an extended present moments. It's just extended present moments. We're living in the eternal present moment. So what you want to happen later, you must act on it right now. And not only right now, but consistently every single day. And once you act on it consistently every single day, it becomes who you are. And once it becomes who you are, that's when it's natural. And for a lot of you guys, you come from places where you're not around successful people. You're not around financially literate people. Therefore, it's not normal for you to feel like you're worthy of success, guys. But let me tell you this right now, guys. You are worthy of anything that you desire. Anything. No matter where you come from, no matter who you've met, no matter what you've done, you're worthy of anything. On the flip side of things, if you grew up around money, you grew up in situations where you have been blessed and whatnot, you're not entitled to anything, okay? You were worthy of anything, but you were entitled to nothing, okay? Straight up, if you've making money before, you're not entitled to keep it. You're not entitled to anything, but you're worthy, okay? It's important that, a lot of you, if you don't have the results you want, it's probably because you feel like you're not worthy of getting it. And, the way you feel worthy of getting it is by taking actions towards getting it every single day, making it who you are. And once it's who you are, it becomes natural, guys. Success, being wealthy needs to be natural to you. It needs to be a regular, normal thing. Meaning when you see someone that has a high level of success, when you see Matt Rosa, when you see David Imanitie, you should talk to them like they're a normal person, because they are. They're just like you. Don't talk to them like they're this celebrity, this person that's so untouchable. Realize, guys, that Alex Morgan is just like us. He's a cool dude, okay? What's the difference? He's been able to program his subconscious mind and create habits and rituals and routines and expose himself to the right information, and puts his focus intentionally on specific things over and over and over. And not only that, high level of vibration, okay? And the first step, guys, if you're eating the wrong foods, that's their first step. That's one of the fastest ways to raise your vibration permanently, is just eating the right foods, guys. And literally, like, if you guys know me, I talk about this stuff all the time. And guys, it's for a reason, because your foods have a vibrational frequency. Whatever you put in your body is literally how you feel. Whatever you put in your body is literally how you feel. And understand, I'm going to try to break down the science of when your vibration is high, you're able to perceive whatever you want and actually match the frequency. If your vibration is so low, you can really only match something that's below you. Okay, but if your vibration is through the roof, you can really match whatever you want in that moment. Okay, so set the intention, guys. A goal card. How many of you guys have heard to drop a 1 in the chat if you have heard to write a goal card? Drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat. One second. Okay, now drop a 2. How many of you guys actually have a goal card that you look at or write every single day? Okay. You can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself. Okay. But understand, guys, do this every single day. And it's important that you do it every single day. It's important that time when you don't feel like doing it is the time that you still do it. That's what's important, guys. And the reason why is because, guys, realize that it has to become normal to you. It has to become a regular thing. It can't just be something you do. It has to become who you are. And there's no limit on what you can write down as your goal. Okay, there's no limit. And like I said, for those of you, you're wanting to become a profitable trader, you have to become a profitable trader spiritually before you become a profitable trader physically, guys. There's no way around that. That's literally a fact. Okay, that's literally a fact. If you want to become a chairman, you have to know what it feels like to be a chairman. How are you going to know if you've never showed up to an event? How are you going to know if you've never presented the business? How are you going to know if you've never talked to a chairman? Right? It makes sense, right? How would you possibly know that? But realize that the people you're around also have vibrational frequency. So raise your vibration by being around high vibrational people. So guys, you know, as tough as it sounds, and it's as tough as this may be for a lot of you guys, if you want to achieve, this is only for those of you on this call that really want to see the success in 2020. You really want to get there. You want, like, this is the year, I'm doing whatever it takes, no matter what, like, I'm going to get there. If that's you, you know, stay on this call. And if that's not you, you can hop off right now. That's totally cool. That's totally fine. But understand this, guys. If you want to become greater than you are right now, you have to change your current environment. There's no way around that, guys. You have to, like Bob Proctor told me, right? He said, know exactly what you want and don't settle for anything less. Straight up, guys, and realize it does not matter where you are right now. That has nothing to do with it. What do you desire? Not what your skills are, not what your income is, not who you're around, not what you've seen. What do you desire right now? What do you desire? It can be anything. It's not what you think you can do. It's not what you want to do. What do you truly desire? And if you don't know, you need to figure that out, guys. If you don't know what you want, how are you going to get anything? Know what you want and don't settle for anything less. If you want to become a millionaire, for example, become a millionaire spiritually before physically. And it's not by, guys, realize this, guys. It's not by sitting there writing affirmations all day, by meditating all day, by sitting there. It's by action. Action consistently every single day, every single day, every single day. Action, 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 action. Like you literally have to give something up. You have to make a decision. You have to decide. You guys realize decide, the I'd in decide means something dies. A part of you today has to die for you to become the person you want to be. You have to kill the old version of you and become someone completely separate. What goal that you truly desire is worth giving up your current life for? Because for you to get something different than you have right now, you have to do something different every single day. Do the same thing every single day, something you've never done before. Whatever it is, you're not going to know. Here's the thing, guys. You're not going to know how to get there until you start taking actions. And here's another really key nugget, guys. When you know what you want, you're not going to know how to get there. But you know how you're going to start figuring it out? Day by day, by taking consistent action. Because when you're taking action, what's happening is you're on the frequency of the goal. When you're taking action towards the goal with the intention of achieving the goal, you're on the frequency of the goal. And when you're on the frequency of the goal by taking action, then you start getting ideas, and those ideas are inspired thoughts. And inspired thoughts that match the frequency of your goal, you know you can trust it 100%. And there's no reason to even doubt that, because the only thing to doubt is doubt itself. If you don't feel the thought and the feeling of doubt, you literally nothing really bad can happen to you. When you only feel that it's already done and you're grateful for it while you're taking these actions every single day, when you know that it's already done, you have the feeling, there's nothing else to think about. You just go. You just literally take action over and over and over, over and over and over. And as you're taking action every single day, each idea you get, you can expand on it only by taking action. Because when you're in the action, you're on the frequency. When you're on the frequency, the thoughts that come while you're on that frequency are perfect, inspired thoughts coming from infinite intelligence, coming from God, coming from the universe, coming perfectly to you because you have spoken and declared exactly what you want. And this can be anything. This could be trading. This can be building. This can be literally anything in your life. It does not matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what you think you can do. It doesn't matter what you've done up to this point. What do you truly desire? Okay? Promise you this, guys. And here's another tip on when it comes to these things. A lot of you guys, maybe you write down such a big goal and, you have a deadline and you're not, you don't know how you can get it done in that time. So it starts to stress you out. And guys, here's the thing. If you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling lack, you're feeling like you don't have it, you're going the wrong direction. You're going the wrong direction. If it helps you, don't set such a strict deadline, okay? And what I've been reading the book Goals, and it's basically telling me exactly how to write goals. And what he said, what Brian Tracy said was, when you write down the goal, it has to be very specific, okay? Very specific. Not only specific, but once you have it down to a science of, it's like once you know exactly what it is you want, then you can start thinking, okay, so if my goal is $10,000 a month, okay, first step, $10,000 a week, or for $10,000 per week, right? If you have a monthly goal, you need to know per week, per day, per hour, and you're going to start thinking of ideas of how to get that done. And what holds a lot of people back is they're sitting there thinking all day and they're not doing anything. And I actually have a video on my YouTube just about this exact simple thing, is stop thinking so much and just take action, because when you take the action, that's when you get the right thoughts. It's really simple. Does that make sense to you guys? Can you drop a 333 if that makes sense? When you're taking action, you're on the frequency of the goal. That's how you're getting the right ideas. You're not going to get the right ideas before you take any action. You may get some good ideas to start, but it's like the first idea you get, you should just take action immediately. And realize this, guys, when you are on these calls like this, when you are doing personal development, when you are learning, don't just learn just to learn and be busy. You should learn so you can get that one key thing you need to hear, and then boom, push pause and go do it. That moment, when you get an idea, take action. That second, like the faster you can get the bridge between the idea and the action, the quicker that can become. That's how you're going to be successful. When you sit there thinking well, when you get those ideas in your head, that those negative thoughts like, well, I'm not worthy of this. I don't think I could do that. Well, that probably won't work. Stop listening to yourself and go take action. If you're not in action, you're not an inspired thought. Okay? You're just in whatever your default programming is. Take action. Take action first, figure it out later. Take action first, figure it out later. That's how you trust the universe, because we're guided by a spirit. You guys realize we are spiritual beings. Therefore, we are connected to everything in the universe. Therefore, whatever we are dominantly vibrating on is automatically magnetized towards us. Automatically. How do we become on the frequency? Is by taking action. And you guys, I've said it over 10 times, 20 times. So I really hope you took note on what I just said. It's really as simple as you make it. And I think Kyle said something in the chat. And yeah, guys, I'm going to actually break this down just really quick. I'm not going to keep you guys on here too long, but I do want to take note of this. When it comes to becoming your best version, and, it's as simple as only you know what you need to do. Only you know what you need to do. And it first starts with raise your vibration. I'm just going to make it like 5 simple steps. Raise your vibration. That's number 1. You have to raise your vibration. You're not going to get something different while staying on the same vibration right now. Okay? Raise your vibration. Create a daily method of operation. Habits. Create habits that serve you. Okay? And one thing that I learned from Ralph Smart, something that helped me get over bad habits, was this simple affirmation. Okay, you want to write this down. If you have a lot of bad habits, you definitely want to write this down, and you definitely want to say this every day. It will help you remove those bad habits. Today, I am letting go of old habits that no longer serve me, and I am embracing habits that actually do serve me. So the thing is with affirmations, when you do it once, you do get something from it, but it's when you ingrain it into your subconscious mind so deeply that you don't have to be consciously thinking of it for your body to automatically act on said affirmation. So when you ingrain something like this in your subconscious mind, you don't have to think about it to know. You will just automatically know to embrace habits that serve you and let go of old habits that don't serve you. It's really simple, guys. Really I actually have a video in like 2 days uploading about affirmations. It's really the science, the deep science behind it. Higher vibrations. And you guys focus on what you want. Raise your vibration, create a demo. I'm sorry, this is step 3. Because step 2 is you got to set first of all, you got to set the intention. Set the intention / goal. It's like, what do you do? Like, what do you want to accomplish? And then, okay, around what you want, then you're going to create a daily method of operation. You're going to create habits that's going to get you to the goal. And another affirmation that I have that you can definitely write down, and this will help you as well. This one is the compound effect of my daily rituals is taking me to my goals. The compound effect of my daily rituals is taking me to my goals. Okay, and realize you have to be on the frequency of gratitude, and you have to be on the frequency of what it is so deeply to the point to where you know that's who you are, and the only thing is time. Okay, sometimes some of the things, I'm not going to tell you guys exactly what my goals are, but it feels like I've already have the things I wrote down. So there's no room for a feeling of lack or fear or doubt because I already know it's done. Once you know that it's already done, you have the feeling, you've matched the frequency, and the only way you're going to match the frequency on a consistent basis is by creating a daily method of operation, habits that you do every single day. And I promise you guys, this will make it so much easier for you. And I promise you this, if whatever it is you want, if it scares you, if you're not sure how it's going to happen, the only way you're going to know is by taking the first step. And please, 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 don't be that person that gets on all these calls, takes all the notes, and then they don't do anything about it, okay? Guys, you owe this to yourself to become great, to become the greatest version you can be. You owe that to yourself. I'm not sharing this, guys, to stroke my ego. I'm sharing this with you guys because this is something that I've learned, and that's something that I have implemented and applied to get results. This exact same thing. This is what I did to hit chairman. Before I decided to start doing these things, I was stuck at Platinum 1000 for about 6 months. I was literally Platinum 600, Platinum 600, 1000, back and forth for about 6 months straight. And once I actually wrote down a goal card and started doing affirmations every single day, I started to match the frequency. And then what I did was I set a daily method of operations. I traded in the morning, and I built the business in the afternoon. I would be on calls nonstop, event to event to event to event to event. Why? Because when you're taking radical action, you're on the frequency, guys. If you want to hit the goal, like, you have to be on the frequency 95 to 99% of the day. It's not going to happen by, oh, well, whenever I'm doing it, I feel like it. It's like you literally have to, it has to become who you are. And it's not something to really stress about. It's not something to be like, oh, well, I'm not there yet. But you guys realize, take the time tonight to really think about what you want, and then think about what do you have to do to get there. Step number 4, consistency. My mentor, Alex Morton, he told me this. He said, how are you going to have an amazing 2020? Okay. How are you going to have an amazing year? It starts day 1. It doesn't start next week, next month. It's like, have a great Monday, and then a great Tuesday, and then a great Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now you just had a great week. Okay. Have 4 great weeks in a row. You just had an amazing month. You have 12 amazing months in a row. You just had a very successful, amazing, prosperous, blessed year. You just had an amazing year. Why? Because you raise your vibration, you set the intention of what you want, and you created a daily method of operation that's going to create habits that's going to get you. Guys, everything works in habits. If you haven't created a habit yet, start right now. Do not wait till tomorrow. Do not wait till, let me just sleep on it and then think. Do it right now. You could literally leave the call just so you could start on this. That's totally cool with me. Okay. Consistency over and over and over. That day you don't feel like doing it, that's the day you have to do it. Especially if you're early in the process. The more consistent you are, the tighter the spiral of action is, the harder it is to stop, meaning the easier it is to hit your goal. It's by creating habits every single day, every single day, every single day. When you do something every single day, it becomes who you are. When it becomes who you are, it's normal, it's natural. You know that it's already done. You don't care about what your bank account looks like right now. You don't care about what your back office looks like right now because you already know where you're going and you've made it a decision. I'm going to write that down. This is something you want to write down. This is the last thing I'm going to go over before I end the call. Make a decision. Make a decision. Eric Ward, GoPro Mastery, this is what he said. If you don't have results that you want, you haven't truly made a decision. And what I mean by making a decision is you decide exactly what you want. And you don't have time to feel something that's away from that. You don't have time to make an excuse. You don't have time to let someone waste your time. You don't have time for anything other than something that's going to help you hit your goal. You just don't have time for it. Okay. When you make a decision, you're not going to be like, oh, well, my team's not listening to me. Oh, well, that trade hit stop loss. That doesn't exist, guys, because you know where you're going and you're 100% certain of it. Anything that happens to you, you're realizing it's just a test. And, one thing that I've learned is the bigger goal you set, the more the universe tests you. And, why you're getting tested, why you're going through these struggles right now is because you've asked for something bigger than what you have. And, for you to get something greater than what you have right now, you must be tested and you must prove to yourself that you're worthy. And you must prove that you're going to be consistent enough, no matter how you feel, no matter what happens to you, you're going to prove that only by taking action when you don't feel like it. That time when you're about to fall asleep, but you got to plan out your day tomorrow and you decide to fall asleep, that's you failing the test. That time when you're on a very strict diet, you're supposed to eat this food so you can keep a high vibration, and you know what? Let me just eat this one whole thing of pizza because it's just one time. And then what happens? The next day you eat trash again. The next day over and over and over. And like I said, the earlier you are into the process, the more important it is that you stay focused, because you need to create the spiral. Once you created the spiral, that's when you can get taken in. You're already in a spiral of habits right now, whether you know it or not. You already have habits that are deeply ingrained into you. For you to get what you want, change those habits. And it starts day 1. Day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Dr. Joe Dispenza, he said it only takes 4 days to change your life. 4 days of a very specific thing. If you guys want to look into the video, 4 days, you've already created the habit. They say 3 days to create a habit, 3 weeks, or 3 weeks to create a habit, 3 months to create a lifestyle. But really, to be honest with you guys, habits start day 1, and it's a whole process. It's never like a set time when, oh yeah, this is a habit now. It's like it's a spiral, and it just gets tighter the more you do it. The more consistent you are, the tighter it gets, the tighter it gets, the tighter it gets. You stop doing it, it loosens it up. It loosens it up. You might go the other direction. You're either going forward or backwards. There's no staying the same. Staying the same is going backwards, okay? But guys, with that being said, I do want to make an announcement for those of you who are on this call. I did take some time today to make some playlists on YouTube. So for those of you that you want specific Forex trainings, if you want to see, this recording will be uploaded there as well. But what you can see here is what I'm going to show you. I have a Forex playlist, I have a mindset playlist, and I have an Eye.Am training playlist. So you guys can literally just go right to them. And if you ever have a very specific thing that you're needing right now, for me personally, when I'm personal developing, and when I will know which video to click, because this video sticks out to me. I need to hear this right now. And, I have all kinds of videos for you for these very specific things. A lot of the things I talked about tonight on this call are talked about in this mindset playlist. And Forex, I go over my strategy multiple times, trading plan, trading psychology. If you haven't seen that, you definitely want to see that. How to flip an account. I do recommend you guys compound, but if you are that person, I do have a way that you can flip an account. Any Eye.Am training that I'm involved in, I record, I put it right here in this playlist. So everything's right here for you. You can see, you can watch the recordings over and over and over, guys. And with that being said, I appreciate every single person for hopping on this call. You guys already know, if you're on this call right now, it's because you're taking your life seriously. You're taking your goals to the next level. You're taking your life to the next level. You are dedicated. You are committed. You are successful. Just realize, guys, that you are worthy of anything you desire. You are entitled to nothing, but be grateful for everything. Be grateful for every single thing. You must stay in a constant state of gratitude. A constant state of gratitude, no matter what your circumstances are. No matter what happens to you in life, you can't always control what happens, but you have control of how you react. Okay, and that's by responding. Don't just emotionally react because you don't feel good right now. And what's going to help you guys with this is eating the right foods and creating the right habits. Then you make that frequency normal to you, and then you realize that complaining is away from your frequency. So it's like once you develop your default vibrational frequency as your goal, you really just won't really complain much. You won't really have much negative to say or think because you're just too focused, at the end of the day. But all right, guys, let's stay connected. If you don't have me on Instagram, it's infiniteabundance777. also my YouTube as well. Give me a follow. I'll follow back, guys. Let's show love. I appreciate you guys once again, guys. Let's get ready for next week, 2020. If you guys know, tomorrow is 2/20/20, so a lot of twos, a lot of zeros going on. So if you guys are into numerology, you know, it's a pretty significant day if you ask me. There's 20 people on this call as well, so that's awesome. All right, guys, I'm gonna end it with that, guys. Much love, peace.